to another episode of Be Free, Be Fun, Be Fearless with Dr. Rana Al-Falaki, and that is me. And as you can see, I'm on my own today, which makes a bit of a change. But you know, I thought I'd mix it up a little bit because I've been doing interviews for 6 months now, and I just thought sometimes I have something specific that I want to share with you and I want to say. So I thought I'd mix it up with some short podcasts or videos combined with some longer ones, which are the interviews. And something has come up today which I really felt the need to talk to you about. And it's about this idea of self-sabotage. Why do we sabotage ourselves? How can we even recognize it? Because a lot of the time we don't. And if it's what we're doing, how can we actually get out of it? So the thing that sabotages us actually is often our mind, our mindset. And we hear this so often. We hear about people talking about mindset. You know, you might have a success mindset, a money mindset, a positive mindset. But what do we actually mean by that? And how can we sabotage ourselves? So as much as we can action ourselves forward, we can also stop ourselves from progressing. The mind is a phenomenal, amazing thing. So what I want to talk about today is probably the one biggest block that stops us from achieving whatever it is we want to achieve, or stops us from moving forward, and then discuss a 4-step formula that I use with all of my clients to help overcome with that aspect. And then let's just talk at the end a little bit about what you need to keep propelling you forward once you've applied this particular formula. What stops you from taking action? Why it's so hard, and how you can do it. So, take an example. I think it's much easier sometimes if we start with an example that you could relate to. So, I think one of the biggest things that people determine for self-sabotage is a health-based behavior. Say they want to lose weight, and people go on yo-yo diets, or they binge eat, or they're good for a while, and they'll start exercising and they throw everything into it and they go on this diet and they have their protein shakes and they follow their recipes, and then inevitably life happens and they go back to where they were again. Why does that actually happen? Well, from a superficial point of view, it's simply that they created a set of goals that were just too difficult to integrate into their everyday lives. And like I said, life happens. I mean, that's the biggest thing I hear from my clients about everything. Oh, it's all very well in this environment, but then life happens. And so it gets in the way, be it causing them stress or stopping them from engaging in that healthy behavior. So what is the block? What is stopping them? What is causing them to self-sabotage? And so when I talk about self-sabotage, I'm talking about repeating the same patterns again and again that stop you from moving forward. And the one thing that it is, it's not other people, it's you, or it's me, it's us as an individual. We stop ourselves from succeeding. So the biggest thing that is involved in this mindset is usually a fear. Some kind of fear. So it's some kind of limiting belief. Now, it could be something as simple as, I've never succeeded before, so why am I going to succeed again? Oh, it's just not worth the struggle. It's not worth the pain. But it can often be something much more energetically emotional. And so what I mean by that is what we call the gremlin energy. And the gremlin energy is usually about the insecurity that we all have. We will all have. It might manifest itself as feeling like we're not deserving, or that we're not good enough, or just that we can't succeed. And so if we tell ourselves this, if we tell ourselves that I don't deserve to be the, I don't know, size 10 that I want to be, or I'm not good enough. Or if we're carrying on with the weight loss aspect, it's that, well, I might lose weight, but actually, do I really want to? And what happens is, it's like having a little person on your shoulder that's telling you, actually, you know what, you don't have to go through all this pain. I love you. This is the little person. Is saying, I love you, so it's okay. The most important thing is that as long as I care for you, you don't need to worry about it. You don't need to worry what other people think. Why do you need to lose weight afterwards? Anyway, so this gremlin energy basically is trying to pull us back to where it is we're actually trying to move away from by telling you, don't worry, you're safe here, you're secure here. We look after you. This is everything that you know. So there's no need to change. So we go from thinking, I really want to lose weight to actually, I don't know. Actually, it's okay. I don't have to change. I'm all right as I am. And it's such a powerful, powerful message that you convince yourself that you're perfectly all right where you were. Why on earth did you decide you wanted to change? There's no need. So you self-sabotage. So what can we actually do about it? The reality is a lot of the time it's that stops us moving forward is because we haven't engaged with what I call our emotion, our energetic motion for change. We haven't engaged fully and emotionally with the sense of purpose that wants us to bring about that change. And your energetic motion for change needs to be something really deep. It can't just be, I want to, I want to lose 5 pounds, or 2.5 kilograms, and that's it. Because why did you want to lose that amount of weight in the first place? What was it going to achieve? And you might say, oh, well, I want my clothes to feel a bit more comfortable. Why do you want your clothes to feel a bit more comfortable? And then you've got to keep peeling. What I call this is a peeling the onion exercise. You've got to keep peeling away until you really get to the core. So your answer might be, well, I feel more comfortable means I feel more confident when my clothes are looser. Well, why do you feel more confident? And then you've got to take a moment to think about it and think, oh, okay. And I'm just thinking off the spot here. Okay, why would I feel more confident if my clothes were looser? Why would that matter to me? I think, okay, well, if I was feeling more confident, I could probably come across more confidently with what my body language was when I was around people. And it's like, okay, well, why is your body language so important to you when you're around people? And I'd have to think, okay, well, I think people would perceive me differently. So go back again. Well, why are people going to perceive you differently? I've got to think of an answer. Why might people perceive me differently if my body language was more positive? Notice how I'm taking a bit of time to think about this now, and it's because I'm going deeper and I'm thinking, okay, well, I think that they would perceive me differently. I think they would perceive me more positively. Okay, well, why is it important that people perceive you positively? Because I want them to see the true me that's underneath. And I think, yeah, that's probably enough. I'm fortunate I don't have a weight issue, but for me, I'm thinking of vulnerability in another way. And it's about, then for that message would be that I want people to see past the slightly overweight person and actually see the true person I am underneath, with all my beauty and all my capabilities and all my confidence. So and it might translate to the fact that I'm holding a bit of excess weight. But then that reveals the limiting belief, because that believes that I am thinking that people are judging me superficially by my appearance. And if they're judging me, I'm therefore probably not, there's room for further exploration, thinking if someone's judging me for my appearance, then I'm probably also behaving differently and allowing people to judge me. And then we go back to the gremlin energy of, well, I'm thinking I'm not good enough. And so what happens is, then if I'm thinking I'm not good enough, then I might as well, but my little shoulder on my little person on my shoulder is saying, but you are good enough, we love you. And I think, well, okay, if I feel I'm not good enough, I'm going to run straight back to my safe place where this little gremlin on my shoulder tells me how much they love me. And so we go back in circles. So what you needed to do there, by the peeling the onion exercise, you got down and down and down. What happens is you go from your head much more into your heart, hence the delay process of trying to work out the answers to those questions. And where did I get to? I got to being perceived and for people to truly see me. So what I need to do, if I determine to set myself a goal, is I need to decide that, okay, I've peeled the onion, get down to my emotion, my energetic motion for change, which in this case was I want to be seen and not judged. And then I need to remind myself of that every time I'm likely to fall off the bandwagon. So what do I mean by that? I might have it on my screensaver. I might have it on my computer screen. I might have post-its around my house. I might have a post-it in the bathroom when I go to brush my teeth. I will constantly remind myself, this is why I'm going through it. This is why I'm, going through the pain of whatever that change happens to be. And now here's the thing. I've got something very, very important to tell you at this point. So listen up. Change doesn't have to be hard, but it's not easy. And you know what? If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. But if you're listening to this, you're not everybody, and you want to make a change. And that change, whatever it happens to be, will be worthwhile. And if you stretch yourself for long enough, if you challenge yourself and you stretch yourself for long enough, 2-3 months down the line, you'll be looking back thinking, what was I even worried about? Why did I even find that difficult to do? Because you would have elevated yourself up to a level and a platform. That means looking back, you won't feel that pain anymore. It's temporary, my friends, it's temporary. But pull yourself through it and you will come out the other side. And this is one of the things that people find the hardest to cope with. It's like when you start going for a run, okay? You start going for a run and initially the first couple of minutes, you're out of breath and your chest is really heavy and you're breathing hard and all you want to do is stop. All you want to do is stop. But if you carry on, you get into a rhythm. And what happens from a biological point of view is you transition from anaerobic exercise into aerobic exercise. Your lungs just had to kind of get used to what was going on and find a way to cope. And so it's the same when we determine any change. We have to go through the hard bit to get to the easy bit. And then once you're well in the rhythm of the run and you might have music on and your mind's distracted, you're having a great time and you think, what was I worried about in those first couple of minutes? Because I can go for 20 minutes or I can go for 30 minutes. It's not a problem. So one thing is almost to reconcile with yourself that I wouldn't say this is hard because no one wants to go into something hard, but just say this might be a challenge. And that's the way to look at it. Nothing is ever hard. Nothing is ever difficult. It's going to be a challenge. This is going to be a challenge, but I'm going to relish it and I'm up for the challenge. I have my emotion and I'm going to splatter that around all over the place to remind me why I'm doing this from an emotional point of view. The other important piece is to do with accountability. What kind of accountability, if any, do you need? And everyone is different. Some people determine that they're going to make the change and they're going to stick to it because they promise themselves. Some people find that they need accountability buddies. They need someone who's going to champion them or someone who's going to give them a hard time if they fail or they try to drop off the bandwagon. Everybody is different. So if you're looking for an accountability partner, make it very, very clear to them what your expectations are and what your needs are. You don't want someone to say, oh, well, okay, you missed today, never mind, you can start again tomorrow. Because that's not going to get you anywhere. So you almost need to say to this person who might be your best friend who doesn't want to be rude to you, give them permission to be tough on you. Or of course, your coach can be your accountability partner. Your spouse, your kids can be your accountability partner. Sometimes people find visuals help with their accountability. So they might put a chart up. And just the vision of seeing the chart and seeing everything ticked off every day. Or they might journal their accountability and they like to therefore see their achievements every night when they talk about what their wins happen to be. So what kind of accountability do you need? And I'll do another podcast at some point because that's a big topic that can be fascinating actually. So you've got to find your energetic motion for change, deep-seated, and splatter it around everywhere. You need your accountability. You need to be prepared to go into the challenge. So accept that it's going to be a challenge when you start, but it will be well worthwhile. And then the fourth piece, I think, is to really engage with where you're going to. And visioning is so powerful for this. If you really focus on the vision of where you want to be at the end of it and spend some time doing that visioning in maybe a guided meditation when you wake up in the morning or in a journaling or a scripting process where you even just spend a few minutes scripting, in other words, writing about what it is, what it's going to be like when you get there. And I'd be very careful about this, of not attaching a feeling of I'm going to be so happy when I get there, because that stops you from being happy now. So I'd avoid the word I'm going to be so happy when I get there, but just be descriptive in that vision. So if we're carrying on the weight issue, just say, okay, you know, every day I can feel my clothes getting looser. Every day I feel myself becoming more and more confident and exuberant. Every day I see people looking at me and complimenting me and championing me. Every day I see a shift in how people are perceiving me, but I recognize that is purely because I am shifting within myself, because those people were never perceiving me that way. It was just my blocks and my thought process. So do you see what I did there? We started to take responsibility for your thoughts and your limiting beliefs. And when you start to do that, you start to shift, because you become outward thinking. You stop being the victim. You stop being, I'm like this because this is how everyone sees me, to I am like this and I determine how I am seen. Have a listen to this again and again, and I tell you, it will make so much sense. But I think that's enough of me talking for this episode. So I hope you enjoyed it. So remember, next time you determine what to do, and you want to set yourself a goal, think about what the block might be and the limiting belief. Really engage in why you want to do something, and then get your emotion, your accountability, your visioning, and keep on consolidating on the wins day in, day out. Accept it's going to be a challenge, but know that you can do it and you can achieve it. And stop the self-sabotage. I would love you to drop into the comments what goals you want, why. Maybe do the peeling the onion exercise. Let's have a conversation with each other. I'd be more than happy to. And help you do that peeling the onion exercise if you want. Hold that space for you. But I would love to know what it is you want to do, why you might have failed in the first place, what caused you to fail, how many times you have failed, and let's get you avoiding that anymore. Get rid of the self-saboteur, stop repeating the same patterns, and truly, truly make that change, albeit challenging. So hit the subscribe button if you want to hear more of these wonderful insights from me and from my amazing guests, and please do share. But that's it for me for today. So of course, as you know, my 3 favorite words: be free, be fun, be fearless. Bye for now. Feel on top of the world with Light Changes Coaching. Do you feel like burying your head in the sand, hoping it will all be fine when you come out? Do you know what you want, but no idea how to get it? Are you stuck on the treadmill, repeating the same old patterns, wishing the answers would just be there for you? How great would it feel to have those answers right there in the palm of your hand? Well, did you know that there is a way to get immediate answers, fast resolution of inner problems, and quick access to a higher state of awareness? After 20 years of helping people, I have perfected a special technique that allows you to tap into your intuition. Connect with your intuition in just 5 minutes a day using this special technique, Dr. Rana's gift technique, the guided intuition and fulfillment training, and you can have those light bulb moments every day. So get what you want, a job that gets you excited when you get up in the morning, a relationship where you can look across the table and think how much you love that person, a body that you're proud to have and look in the mirror and absolutely love, a bank balance that you're not afraid to look at. My gift to you, this simple, quick technique to access your intuition and give you the instant answers you need to get unstuck without having to do lengthy meditations. So head on over right now to lightchangescoaching.com and download yours.